Hello, beautiful. I'm so glad you're going to be joining. We are going to be doing lip tips today for mature lips. And I'm going to be sharing some of the really game-changing tips that I have learned and been practicing with and experimenting with to, all about our lips. So when you come on, make sure you say hi and let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Lori, I'm really excited to do this today. And as always, hi, Barb, I will save this so you can catch it on the replay if you'd like. And on the replay is kind of cool because then you can fast forward through any parts you don't want to watch, get to the good stuff that you do want to know about. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know there's always a delay when you start the live, but again, we are going to do transforming your lip game, lip tips for mature lips, mature women. And I think, our lips are a little bit different. A lot of things happen with our lips as we get older. One is we lose a lot of pigment, so our lips might have been much more full of color, much more pigment when we were younger. Mine have thinned quite a bit. I've always had thinner lips, but they tend to thin a little. And I think a lot of that has to do with us losing pigment around the outside too. They might have seemed like they were fuller or bigger when we were younger. And hi, Pat. We tend to get around our lips a lot more of those pesky lines, fine lines, we want to call them. Some people call them smoker's lines, or if you drink out of straws all the time, you get these, lines from doing that kind of puckering. So all of those things, dryness, changing in our lip moisture, all of that affects our lip stick, our lip color. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. All right. So the first thing I want to do is tell you really quick about I used to never wear lipstick, so I never put color on my lips. So, 20s, 30s, even into my 40s, I really didn't use a lot of lipstick. Maybe if it was a special occasion or a date night or going out or something, but I never really did. I was a big fan, still am, of Burt's Bees. Who likes Burt's Bees? Blistex. My husband's a big fan of chapstick. I never really was, but I have used chapstick. I mean, I am from the Pacific Northwest, so it's so dry out here, at least where I live and where I've lived. So we always had chapstick, especially in the winter for our lips. And so I never really did. Fast forward a little bit and I started to wear some, but I would just get the tubes of like little lip gloss and just a little tint of color, or the Burt's Bees that had just a little tint of color, but still not really big into the really making my lips, enhancing my lips and adding a lot of color to my lips. And I also never lined my lips. Like I just never took the time to line my lips. And so now I am learning new things and experimenting with makeup and have a passion for it. So at 57, I want to share some of these things that I'm learning. So let's get started. All right. First things first, we need to treat our lips like we treat our skin, and we need to exfoliate our lips. Okay. Almost like, we dermaplane and exfoliate our skin. We need to exfoliate our lips. And so, if you take a look at your lips, if you see a lot of dead skin and even if you're layering chapstick over the top of it, you're just layering balm and lip stuff over the top. So, there are actual lip scrubs out there. So here's one here that, just picked up at Walmart. They have it. So inexpensive, it's a tiny little bottle. This one here is kind of like I think it's all natural, vanilla bean. It comes in different flavors, but it's kind of more of a natural one. I think it's mostly maybe sugars. I'll have to look at the ingredients here, but it's gentle, moisturizing, coconut oil, olive oil. I wonder what is this? Oh, sugar. Okay, so sugar. All right, I don't know. So You know, sugar to the lips goes to the hips. I don't know about that. All right. Tell you the truth. Like I said, I just found this at Walmart. I actually placed a Walmart order this morning and added it to it so I could show you. But I already have skin exfoliator, and I have a very gentle one because I have mature skin. So this is one that I use. I just tried this lately. It's a microcrystal exfoliator. It's from, I get it at Target, and it's called Day Maker Microcrystal Exfoliator. But if you already have a gentle exfoliator that you're using on your face, you can use it on your lips. And so I just take a little bit of it, and I would probably do this maybe 1 or 2 times a week, you know, start out, and literally I'm just putting my skin, I don't want to like get it in my mouth, but you just really want to exfoliate those lips and rub that in, and you will be surprised at all of the dead skin cells that you are getting off of there. So, you know, it's a little bit of that, and under, I always like to get in here. So you get the point, right? You want to rinse that off. I'm not by the sink, so I have a little, one of my microfiber cloths. And I actually do this as well. You know, just kind of lightly dry brush them when I'm done. And you'll be surprised at how smooth your lips look after you just do that once. And if you started doing that maybe once a week and then maybe twice a week, you're going to notice such a difference in your lips. The lines, how it takes lipstick, less feathering, you know, it's all those things. So take care of your lips just like you take care of your skin, okay? And the other thing that we really want to do is making sure that we are applying a nice moisturizing lip balm to our lips morning and night, even throughout the day, but mostly I lather this on in the morning. Hi, everybody. And I lather it on before I go to bed at night. I have these are from Seint. These are lip conditioners, and they are amazing. They're wonderful. I love them because I just keep the lid on and I can just use them like this, or I'll just put them on with my finger. I have one in my purse, one by my bed, and one here when I'm doing my makeup. So, you know, make sure that you're using a good lip balm. And these ones come in a lot of, I think, 3 different flavors, like peppermint, cherry, and vanilla. So really, really great. If you don't have some of our lip balm, and next time you're ordering some Seint and you need to, you know, you want to get your free shipping and you need something to add a lip balm because it's amazing stuff. So, okay. So that is my first tip. And I would like to know how many of you have ever exfoliated your lips. Comment below. Yes or no. Have you exfoliated your lips or you have not? Yes or no. So give me some yes or no's, you gals that are here, okay? All right, so the next step is we want to prime our lips. And this is kind of cool. This is kind of outside the box, but if you are someone that really struggles with your lip color, whether it's lipstick, lip gloss, glossy lips, you know, any of the lips, you know, our lip colors from Seint, and you find that your color tends to start to bleed or feather into those lines, right? The feathering. This is something you may want to try. This is actually really, really cool. So, wax. We're not waxing, not the wax like wax your brows or wax your lip, but actually brow wax, okay? And when you are working with any of your brushes, okay, so I'm seeing some, real quick, I'm going to bounce back here. So I'm seeing no, never, no, and I used to, I need to get back to doing it. Yes, Pat, because it makes a big difference. I mean, they feel so good. They do. And it actually kind of invigorated my lips and gave them some blush, some color to them. So yeah, they do get drier. So what we want to do is talk about brushes. And real quick, and this is the multitasker brush. This brush is great for multitasking. It's a double-ended brush, but if you have a lip brush, a lip lining brush, anything that just kind of has an end like this, and then even something that's kind of like a paddle end, these are great to have. My tip is that make sure you have one that you designate for your lips, one that you designate for eyes, and definitely don't use the lip one and the eye one together in the same makeup application session, okay? If you only have one, before you go to do your lips, get your brush cleaner out, the spray on brush cleaner, and sanitize and clean that before you do it, okay? That's important. Yes. Hi, Pat. Hi, Susan. Yes. Okay. So this is what we're going to talk about now is priming our lips with a little bit of our brow wax. So this is the brow wax that you can actually use in your brows. It's like a soap, like brow soap, right? And it's just a clear wax. It looks like there's nothing in the tins when you get them. That's because you actually have to kind of activate it either with a little bit of water, or you can squirt a little bit of your setting spray in there. I've already kind of activated this a bit. When you do it for your lips, you don't want to get it like really wet. I want it to be a little bit more, a little thicker consistency, you know, almost like, I want it to be almost kind of like a little bit of a cream, okay? And so I'm going to take the smaller end of my multitasker, this brush here. Now, when you're applying wax to your lips, what you want to do is make sure that you're not applying it on the actual lip, not on the color where all your pigment is. You want to get a mirror, get in close. I'm going to pull up my mirror, and you want to apply it underneath here, okay? So where it would bleed into the lines. So almost kind of like outlining the outside of your lips, and it's clear. So you're not going to really see it. It's not going to really look shiny or a different color. It's not going to mess up your makeup. But we want to go around and make sure that we're kind of dipping back in and that you can feel it going on, okay? And go all the way around. And then we'll just kind of let it set a little bit. Kind of like to hold my lip taut. And do that if you need to, kind of pull your lips and hold them taut. You can feel it if it feels a little tacky, that's good. That means you got enough on, and that's exactly what we want. And then you were just going to let that kind of cure a little bit. It's not going to dry hard or crusty or cakey. It's just going to be this little barrier that we're building, a barrier like a little dam around the outside of our lips. And so give this a try, right? And this is also great if you don't like to line your lips, or maybe you just are also lining your lips and it's still happening, the liner is bleeding, then you can do this. So do this first and then just kind of let that cure. So how many of you have brow wax at home? Give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. Do you have brow wax at home? 1, and you never even heard of it or don't have any, give me a 2. So brow wax, really quick, is just, like I said, it's like brow soap, and you activate it and you can brush it into your brows to tame them down, but it's also really great for using it around your lips to prime those lips and to prevent that feathering and that bleeding. Okay, Lori, Lisa, keep giving me these comments. I love it. Thank you, gals, for doing this. So Lori, no. Lisa, no. Yeah, 1 for yes if you have brow wax, 2 for no if you don't, or maybe you don't even know what it is, okay? So we're letting it just kind of get tacky. Now, the next tip that we want to talk about is lining our lips. And as I told you at the beginning, continually, I never line my lips. I am pretty much, I don't know if it's laziness. Sometimes I think it's because I go 100 miles an hour and I'm just about the whole fast makeup, get it on and go. And I don't know. And I'm not good at it. Okay. I'm not good at lining my lips. I make a mess because I feel like my lips are so small. So I have a couple tips on that. So first tip, let's get your glasses on. Okay. Because we're not putting eye makeup on right now. So we can actually wear our glasses and have a magnifying mirror to work with. Okay. So I also, in my Walmart order, picked up, I don't even have a lip liner, you guys. So I also picked up a lip liner pen, and this one is from, and I'll put all the product information in the caption when we're done, but this is from Revlon. It's Color Stay Long Wear Lip Liner, and I got it in a natural. So a couple tips about lining your lips. What color to choose? Now there's three thoughts on that, okay? One is to pick a shade that's just maybe one shade darker than your natural lip color, okay? Well, some of us who aren't great at matching color, we're like, oh, I don't know, what color is my lips? I don't know. How am I gonna match that to a lip liner? I really don't know. Okay, so that's one way, okay? Oh, thanks for voting, gals. Second is to just stick with a nude or a neutral or a nudie neutral shade. And so this one here, like I say, is a shade like that. So you want to make sure that if you're having a hard time lining your lips, again, you could do a couple things, and that is to pull that lip up a bit. So you can, I know this looks really pretty, huh? So you can really see where that is, where the edge is, and outline. So this one here, I'm just gonna outline. Can you see how subtle that is? It's just a nude. It is a little bit darker than my natural lip color. You see it there? But that's one way. I could go around and do that, okay? Oh, Pat, yes. Too much plucking over the years. Yes, I know. And so we can line them that way. So you can line your lips all the way around with a pencil. And I like this idea of just kind of pulling your lip down or up. I guess this way it would be more up. So you can really see where that edge is. Another thing you can do if you want, if you're brave, is if you want a lip to look, see now already my lips look a little bit fuller. They're tiny. I mean, my upper lip especially, is to overline. So you can overline your lips if you want to have them look a little bit more fuller. A lot of gals are doing that. It's kind of scary a little bit for me, because I don't want it to look like I have like a milk mustache or something, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't, but I'm gonna line them real quick. Okay, so how many of you, here we go. We're gonna do another engagement. This really helps me when you gals engage down here in the comments. So we're gonna do another one. How many of you line your lips? Give me a number 3. And how many of you don't line your lips or just don't even bother? A 4. Line your lips, number 3. Don't line your lips, number 4. Put that down in the comments while I line these guys. So you can see I'm not really great at it. Okay. So I lined around them, and I can, if I want to, like I said, you could go on outside of it to make them look a little bit fuller, but that's a very nice neutral color. And this one here, like I said, is called, it's a Revlon long-lasting lip liner. So that's just getting a neutral shade. So the third way to line your lips would be, for color, would be to line them with the shade of your lipstick. So line them actually with your lipstick, okay? Or lip color or lip shade, all right? So line your lips, and I'm just trying to think of what are the different colors. So, yeah, so a shade darker than your lips, one shade darker, a nude or a neutral, or just line them with your actual lip color. Okay, so we've got some. Joanne, you line your lips. Yep. And then Lisa, Lorena, Dina, and Rose. I see you gals, Dina, saying that you usually don't, special occasion. And Charlotte, you line them. Joanne, you line them. Okay, good. So yeah, and I'm in that area where I've rarely lined them, but I think I need to start doing that. Okay, so the other way you can line your lips, like I was saying, is actually with your lip color. But the thing is that we want to make sure, and this is my next tip to talk about, is whether you're using lip color off of a lipstick or the lip and cheek colors out of the tins. Yeah, thin lips. It is so much easier, and you will have such a much more crisp and defined lip if you use a lip brush, so a lip lining brush of some kind. So again, this is the multitasker, and just any brush that has a nice lip lining brush, if it's called lip liner brush, or if you have something that looks a lot like this, And you can actually line your lips with the actual lip color. Now, out of our tins, this one here is called Sandstone. I can line my lips. I'm just going to go over the top, and you're going to see, I wouldn't necessarily do these together, but I wouldn't do a lip pencil and line my lips with my color, but I have so much more control when I use this versus my fingers, especially for lining, but also for filling in. Use a lip brush. Okay. And even like I was saying, if you have a lipstick, it's so much easier and you're going to get so much less smudging and messiness if you take a lip brush and actually fill your lips in with a lip brush. One, if you're using your finger, I tend to make a mess always, but it's quick. I also stain my finger with some of the lip color. And if I'm using lipstick, I get it on my teeth. I go too far outside the lines, and you're going to just see you have so much more of a precise and less smudging and less mistakes when you line them with a brush. Okay. So I'm going to go in now and fill in. Well, not just line, I meant fill them too. Okay. And so I like to use the bigger paddle. But if you only had a lip lining brush that was smaller, you could do that as well. Just pick up your color and you just have to go a little bit, smaller sections. But there we go. I still have that's a lot nicer than what I usually get. Because I usually always have to take my finger and do this, like in between my Cupid's bow, because I always I make a mess there. But it really does help. And I feel like you get a better even coverage when you do it that way, okay? Because you can actually pat it on, press it on, and really get that color on your lips. So Dina, brilliant, using same color. Yeah, I mean, then you don't need to have several different lip shades, right? You don't, lip liner shades, just use what you have there. And then of course, using the brow wax around the outside is gonna help kind of almost create the feeling of a long-lasting lip pencil that may have some wax in it as well, okay? Yay, okay, good. All right, excellent. So now we're gonna get into lip formulas, like what kinds of lip colors work best for our skin and our lips, our skin lips. Well, creamy and satin formulas. So these are going to give us longer wear. They're going to be more moisturizing than a matte. So some of the matte shades that are out there, they're like, oh my gosh, a matte, long lasting, it's going to stay on pretty much all day. They probably do, but they tend to be very drying. Sometimes instantly they tend to show all of your lines on your lips, because a lot of times we don't just have lines around our lips. We actually have, lines, deeper lines in our lips, even if we're exfoliating, we still have those physical lines. And with matte shades, they tend to really, sink in and emphasize that. And they're drying, anything that says long lasting, wear all day is going to be probably more drying. And so if you can stick to more of a satin formula and definitely use a cream, and for longer wear, I would say stick with, if you're using Seint ones, use the satin versus the glossy. Because, the glossies are really fun, but you do have to reapply the glossy quite a bit throughout the day, just because it's much more sheer and it tends to kind of just come off easily. So using those types of formulas would be the best for our lips, okay? All right, now, setting and sealing for longer wear. All right, this is where we're gonna really have fun, because I know that this is a question that I've been struggling with, and it also is, well, it's a troubleshooting thing I've been struggling with, but it's also a question I get all the time, is how do I make my lip color last longer? So I've been experimenting and learning, and I've got some really fun ideas and some fun tips for us to try. So you know that out there are also lip products that are called like lip stains that actually stain your lips. Well, we can actually do that with our own lip color, whether it's a lipstick that we're using or one of our lip and cheek colors. And the first thing that we're going to do is take some setting spray and just a little bit, I'm trying to think what finger I want to do. I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, and you start pressing on your lips. So be careful that you don't smudge on the outside, and don't put a ton on. We're not putting a ton on. We're pressing, and we're not wiping it off or washing it off. I'm pressing all that pigment into my lips. So I'm really pressing. So you know how when we do our makeup as a mature woman, we tap or stipple? We don't swipe. We don't do this. Same thing goes for our lips. Okay? So we're tapping and we're pressing. Okay? We're not swiping. And we are picking a little bit up off, and that's okay because we're creating a stain. We're trying to create an undercoat on our lips. How do you like the sound of that, right? All right, give me some hearts if you like the sound of creating an undercoat on your lips. Give me some hearts on that if you like that. Okay, so we're doing this, pressing. Really getting that in there. Okay, and so yes, a lot of the color came off, but that's okay because I was trying to create much more of a stain. And so that's what we do first. And you could do it with or without setting spray, but I think just infusing a little bit of that setting spray, which by the way, you can use on your lips. You can use setting spray on your eyes. Setting spray is for your face. It's a makeup product that makes your makeup last longer. So you can use it on your lips. You can use it on your eyes. So we just kind of created this stain or this undercoating. Undercoating. I like the name. I like the sound of that. Okay. All right. What do you think of that? So what we do next is two things. We can either just go with this, test this out for the day, see how you like it. Do you like that? Okay, good. Or if you really want, you're like, I really want this to stay. And then, so either do this and then we're going to add more color over the top, or we can go another step. And I've talked about this, is just taking a little bit of translucent setting powder. So this is not pressed powder. This is translucent, finely milled setting powder. This is called our vanilla dust, but any translucent setting powder you can do. I'm just going to pick up a little bit on a sponge. It's not really wet either. It's not a wet sponge. This is one of the times I'm just using a dry sponge. And you're going to press it over your lips. And just a little bit. So this would be if you really want to seal in that stain, just a little extra. Now, it does feel a little bit drier now all of a sudden, right? So we definitely want to go back in and add a second layer of our cream. So we've got our undercoat, we've got our stain. We're going to grab our brush and we're going to apply another coat. And again, we don't want to swipe it on. And if you have lipstick, we don't want to do it like this. Take your brush and take it off of the tip of your lipstick. And we'll go ahead and line those or fill those in again. Okay. I don't necessarily need to line them again. Excuse me. My nose is starting to, it's really, really gloomy today. This is the one in my lap. It's super gloomy out. It's been raining. And my window, my lighting is like, it's okay. It's like diffused lighting, but it's very, very dark in my room right now. All right, so we're going to fill this back in. Anyway, I don't know why I was saying that. I'm patting, I'm pressing. Some more color on. Okay. However much you want, just kind of rebuild up that color again. Okay, So that is going to be a little bit fresher on the top of my lips. Yes, you may throughout the day want to bring your lip color that you used with you. If you are going, if you have a full day out of the house, you might need to touch up after lunch a little bit, or maybe you want to go out afterwards and you want your color, then just keep the lids on these, or bring your lipstick with you and just bring your lip brush with you. But when this top layer kind of starts to come off, I now have that base layer where I still have color on my lips. So it doesn't look like I just went from all lipstick to nothing. And if even part of this kind of smears over here, there's still color. So it doesn't look as patchy throughout the day. And it's just a great way to really keep that. Now, if you wanted to, you could set over the top. You could take, a little bit of the setting spray. I don't think this really matters too much, but you can put a little setting spray over that top layer. And that may even help it last longer. I haven't practiced with that, but that's another thing. So use your setting sprays and things like that. And the other thing we want to talk about is if you want more of a glossy lip. So glossy is so pretty and so fun, but just remember that your glossy colors aren't going to last as long and you need to reapply them throughout the day. But you could always get more of a glossy look over the top by a couple different things. You can take like some of your lip balm, and just if you wanted just to keep this color true and you don't want to mix another color, just take a little bit of your lip balm. Do not swipe. Don't swipe it on at this point with you when you have lip color on. Pick some up and pat it on. Okay? This will make your lips look a little bit fuller. Anytime you add something shiny, it makes things pull forward a bit, light. Reflecting off your lips will make them look bigger. So you can put a little bit of lip gloss. If you have like a clear lip gloss that you carry around with you, if you have a favorite brand that you do, same thing, just don't rub it across. Just take it and tap it on. Just tap, and then just gently kind of kiss your lips together, okay, if you want that. The other thing is if you want this, but you want to maybe, maybe I want to like take it up a notch and I want to really make my lips look really much bigger or more full, is to add a little lighter color on the bottom lip and a little on the top, so that those lips, whenever you add light, remember, pull forward. So that's when you can have fun with some of your glossy lip colors. And let's say I didn't put a clear on, but I'm going to use a glossy color. Let me see. I don't even know. Here's one called Candy. I just have it on my table. I don't even know what this is going to look like, but we'll pick it up and try it. And so this is what we call a kind of like a ombre lip. So I'm going to take a lip brush and I'm going to pull up some color, and you want to apply it right in the center of the bottom lip. You see the color? Okay, so that already is making my bottom lip pull forward, right? Okay, I'm going to put some more. Now, once it's here on the bottom, then what I want to do is just take that brush and I just want to soften and ombre out where it's here to here, just a little. So I'm just tapping. I'm not adding more color, but just do a soft blend so that it's not like just a strip of pink right in the middle. Isn't that fun? Do it on the top. And same thing, that's going to pull that forward. And then just softly, just do a little soft blend. So that's really fun. So those are a couple different techniques that you can do with your lips. So now that was a half hour of lots of tips, and I like my lips today. That's really fun. So now I want to open it up to any questions that you may have, please. And remember, if you just now hopped on, I will save this as a replay, and I will go back in and I will list everything that I used today in the description. And if you, let's see. I'll put the link like where you can get things too. I think. I don't know if Facebook likes you to put the links in the captions, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. But ask any questions. What are some troubleshooting help that you may need, or do you have questions about what I just showed you today, or what I used, or you want me to kind of repeat what I did or what color? I'll hang out here for a minute or two. And I do want to just thank you for joining me. And if you're catching it later on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Make sure you comment and say replay so I know. But I think the big thing that I want to take away while I'm waiting to see if anybody has any comments or questions for me. Thank you, Glory. And thank you, Joanne. Oh, good. Yeah, replay it and watch it again once it's saved. And Dina, oh, I appreciate your time. Thank you. I mean, I really appreciate you for even taking the time to come out here and watch this and find value in it. I really appreciate that. And by the way, if you do find value in this, you can share it. When I'm done, if you want to, just hit the share button. You can share it to your personal page. You can share it to a couple friends, whatever. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. But yes, and thank you, Rachel. Good. So just the last thing I want to leave you with as we're finishing up is I think why I never really wore lip color when I was younger, in my 20s and my 30s, even in my teen years, I just went with the whole lip gloss thing, the Blistex and my Burt's Bees, is because it drew attention to me if I put color on my lips. I mean, look at this. I mean, lip color adds attention, right? It pulls, you could put all your makeup on and not have any lips on and be like, something missing here. And it's lips. It's doing your lips. And not only that, but when you do your lips, it enhances your smile, it brightens your face, and people do notice you. And for me, as somebody who's very shy, insecure kid, all the way up into adulthood, was hard. That was hard for me. I didn't want people looking at me. I mean, I wanted to look pretty and I wanted to have cute hair and do all that cute stuff, but doing things that were too much made people look at you, maybe even compliment you. And oh my gosh, getting a compliment from somebody, that was like the most embarrassing thing ever. So I want you to take away from this that it's important that you do wear it and that you do put yourself out there and you do let people see your beauty that shines through, and your lips and your smile, and do that. Do that for me, okay? Do it for you, not just me, but do it for you, all right? Okay, well, thank you, gals, so much. Yes, Rose, I'm glad that was helpful, and I will, yes. Priscilla, missed most of it. You sure can catch it on the replay. I'm going to get off of here so I can save it and get off of here. And Dina, you are so correct. Brows and lips totally frame our face. Look at that. The brows and the lips pull forward that part of our face that we want everybody to see, which is our eyes and our smile. Well, thank you so much, gals. I will catch you next time. Tomorrow I have another live, but tomorrow's live will be at 5:30 Pacific. I'm kind of rotating back and forth depending on my schedule, but also I wanted to offer my lives at different times of the day. So, or 4:30, not 5:30. Tomorrow at 4:30 because it's so darn dark now. But thank you so much. Check out the live schedule and make sure you hop on if you can. And if not, you can catch the replay. All right. Have a great day and I'll talk to you soon.